In just a few hours by car, you can cross all of Israel and see every landscape the country has to offer. A barren desert, pine tree forests, flat plains, and finally the green mountains of the north. The people who live up here have a deep connection with the land they call home. Looking after it is a way of life, and they wouldn't have it any other way.
I was born here 52 years ago. I spent all my childhood around this area. After I finished my service in the army, I was working in Tel Aviv for 7 years, but there was always that kind of urge to come back to the agriculture, to do something with animals. I needed more of that peaceful environment. That was really important for me. So that's why I came back. You know, I needed to have that. We graze on this land and we try to preserve it pretty much the way it was all those years. Very nice, you know, very clean, with all the wild animals, pretty much like it was. I would say that that's kind of a legacy and something that will stay for the next generations. Because if this land is going to be beautiful in 50 years from now, I will definitely see it, that I have part in it. I'm not just thinking about myself or my own benefits. It's not about that. Like, I could probably live in a better quality of life, money-wise, in Tel Aviv. But would I be more happy? Probably not. Probably not.
The north is filled with the beauty of creation, and it's people like Erez who make sure it stays that way. But despite all that draws people here, it's hard for most Israelis to think of life outside the city, where there are more jobs, more accessibility, and things are just a bit more exciting. But as cities become overcrowded and the cost of living rises, Israelis are going to need to look at the open expanse of the north as a viable option. And that's why the Jewish National Fund, or JNF, launched a program called Go North. JNF wants to not only highlight why the north, specifically the Galilee region, has an allure all of its own, but they also are building the economy and housing market to give people real reasons to come and live here.
Most people think that Israel is all about Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, and that's pretty much it. But there is a lot going on in other places like the Galilee, and we're working to make the Galilee more accessible to people and a better place to live. So JNF launched Go North in order to help to move 300,000 people to the Galilee. That's the ultimate goal. We are in Eshchar, one of the nicest communities in the Western Galilee. Eshchar is one of the communities JNF is helping to expand through its Housing and Development Fund, because one of the first things people need in order to even consider moving to the Galilee is a place to live. And when you bring people here, after you bring them, what they need is jobs.
Naturally, yeah.
Naturally. You got to have a job.
In addition to the Housing Fund, Go North is promoting local businesses and helping them grow. They are making room for more people to find work by investing in the biggest asset the North has to offer, its people. Danny and his wife Michal are a great example. They moved to a little village in the north over a decade ago, where they create and sell their own unique style of glassware to hotel chains and individuals.
Everything is handmade, everything is taken care with a very precise attention to small details. It's like a tango dance because we work with chefs, and the chefs are the leading in the tango, and we are doing the uplifting for the food. It gives a suit to the chef to serve his food in a very unique and profound way.
Go North is helping them get the word out and showing the rest of the country that building a life in the north is possible, and there's nothing quite like it.
So when I met Danny, it was 25 years ago. I told him that although we are in Tel Aviv and we're living in the center of Israel, we will pass and we'll live and we'll have our family in West Galilee. It's in North Israel, almost near the border with Lebanon. And in 2006, we passed here. And of course, our studio and small factory passed with us. He just fell in love with me, so he has no choice, other choice, I mean. It's absolutely different than to live in the center of Israel. First of all, the atmosphere. You don't feel the hectic and it's not so noisy. It's a very quiet area. Every day that I'm going to the work and back home, a group of goats pass the road, and this is the only rush hour that I have. There are certain comforts that we have to give up in order to live here, but for us, it's worth it, for sure.